Right, blog number 3. This might even be longer than the other blogs that I've basically recorded. And this one is all about nightclubs. Because it's been surveyed that nightclubs are declining. Yes, the Great British Nightclub. It is still going, but it's not going as predominant as it used to be. They predicted that years ago, say 10 years ago or whatever, there would be something like 3,000-4,000 nightclubs in the UK going strong. Now, there is only about 1,000-2,000, so they're declining in the way that they are shutting down. And I recently know that because I've been around Peterborough recently. I lived there for crying out loud, I know. But basically I was around the town not long ago, the other week, on a Sunday. Basically we went by some places and I noticed that it was like, it doesn't look like the nightclubs are actually opened anymore, as if they are closed. Well, they are actually closing more. I think what it is, I don't know what the reason is, because I don't personally go to a nightclub. In fact, I'll put my hand up, and I could be the reason for this, but I have only been to a nightclub, and yes, this is a God's honest truth, 4 times in my life. Wow, I'm 34 and I've only been nightclubbing 4 times. Well, technically, it's not actually nightclubbing. I've only gone on the occasions because of something that's happened. Basically, I used to work with somebody and she had a birthday party and it was at a nightclub. That's one reason I went. Another reason was because Edwin Starr was playing live. Well, we say live, but he was playing anyway. And he was at a nightclub playing. Third reason was the real thing. Again, they were playing in a nightclub. And the fourth time was there was a Northern Soul night on, and it happened to have been in a nightclub. Oh, I think it might be 5. I did go to a club where it was predominantly punk music playing, because a punk band that I liked was basically playing. But apart from that, I have never really set foot in nightclubs. I sadly haven't really. And you know why? Because I'm not a big fan of them. No. And the whole reason for that is basically because it's a music policy. I love all music and people know that. But there's a big difference when I go out. Because when I go out, usually, if I want to go out somewhere and music's playing, I would prefer it to be live. I prefer to see a live band. And plus, I do prefer to see or hear certain types of music, you know. I'm not one for going to a nightclub where they'll say it might all be dance music. It's understandable that you might go into a nightclub and they might be playing dance music, but I might not always be the biggest. I love dance music, I understand that, and I do love R&B music, and that might be playing in a nightclub and things like that, but I don't specifically want to hear it out when I go out. I don't plan my night to go out and say, oh, we're going to go nightclubbing, but you're going to have to listen to dance music all night, and I'll be like, oh. Because I'll be like, I love it, I do love it, I'll listen to it at home, I'll have it on my iPod or whatever, but I just don't want to go out and listen to dance music. It's not the thing I want to go and do, you know. I might do a radio show and play dance music, but I don't specifically want to go out to a nightclub and hear dance music. I would go to a nightclub if I knew there was something on that was going to be to my taste. If a nightclub had an advert and it says something like Northern Soul Night, I'll be like, yes, I can go to that nightclub and they are playing Northern Soul music and I can listen to it. I would prefer to go to a pub. There is nothing wrong with going to a pub that may have a live band on. Or if they haven't got a live band on, maybe they've got a jukebox. There's no reason why you can't have a jukebox. The jukebox can play that, you know. I guess in some ways there are nightclubs and places like Reflex that maybe I could go to because I play 80s music and I like 80s music and I could probably want to hear 80s music. But again, I don't know, because it's a generalisation, and I suppose there will be times, there probably is it's probably one of those things, and I do like basically being a DJ myself. So I would sooner be in a nightclub DJing. But then again, I might only want to be in a nightclub DJing playing party music. And my idea of party music might not be what everybody else thinks of party music. They might say, do you play dance music or R&B? And I might say, well, yeah, but I want my party music to be all mixed up. If I DJ, when I do mobile disco with my dad, and I DJ and we get to play basically party music, I mix it all up. You know, I might play a Black Eyed Peas, or I might play something by Lady Gaga. It might be a Kylie Minogue record. I might be playing something like, I don't know, Katy Perry, or it might be Years and Years, or whoever. But then again, even though I'm playing modern music and some of it is in that sort of vein, I'm still going to go back and play things like Steps. I'm going to go back and play Come on Eileen by Dexy Minute Runners. I'm still going to play classics like Let's Twist Again by Chubby Checker. I'm still going to be playing ABBA songs. It's going to be 60s music. It's going to be a bit of Motown. It's going to have some whatever, you know, there might be the Macarena. At the end of the day, it's my idea of playing party music to that. And sometimes nightclubs don't always do that, because you'll get certain nightclubs and they appeal to a certain audience. I'm not saying I'm too old to go to a nightclub, because 34 isn't really that old, but it might be to some people, because they might say, we expect like the over 18s and people in their 20s to go to nightclubbing because they want to hear that music, you know. And it's very hard for me to say I'm gonna have a nightclub and one night on a Saturday or a Friday night is gonna be like the best like 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s music you'll probably ever hear, because they might say, oh, you know, he's not gonna. But yeah, it is sad that nightclubs are closing, but I suppose, like I said, I don't go to them because I'm not a big fan of going to them purely based on the music, because as much as I like everything, I just have my personal choice on when to go out. And as I've always said, I prefer live music. I would prefer to go and see a live band. It is great. There's no reason why we can't go out and see a good live band. And there's no need to go nightclubbing. I'm sorry, people might love nightclubbing. They might say you're missing out on that, you know, but it's not for me. It is not for me. If somebody said to me, you've got a choice, let's say, I mean, it's like people go to the cinema. I don't go to the cinema, but let's imagine let's say like it's Saturday night, you know, say we've got the Willow Festival on in Peterborough, or maybe it's just a simple gig, and there'll be two things, right? And one, there's nightclubbing. Somebody might say, I want to take you out nightclubbing. Come on, it's Saturday night, we want to go nightclubbing. There's a nightclub on, they're playing all the best 90s and noughties and today's dance music, right? You're going to love it. They're going to probably play Paul Van Dyke or something like that, you know, you'll love it. But then, somebody might say, no, I want you to come and see this live band. They could be a famous band or whatever. It could be a band that play indie music, so there could be, I don't know, a Kaiser Chiefs type band or something like that, you know, and they're playing live. Where would I go? I'd rather go and see the live band than go to the nightclub. But it's my choice. I just say it's my choice, but that's what I prefer, so I don't necessarily go nightclubbing, and I would prefer to go and see the live music. And then of course I go to a lot of clubs and pretty much pubs and that which have Northern Soul nights on, so that takes away my time. But there you go. Just saying that it is sad that nightclubs are closing, but again, I'm not responsible when I know I don't go to them, but I'm not always responsible if it's not something I'm always a big fan of, because as I said, I do prefer live music. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Got one more blog to do, and that will be it for now, and then I'll think about what other blogs I can do later on. So keep watching, and bye for now.